All right. Let's go ahead and march a little bit. I'm going to do high knees. Do that for about 20 seconds or so. You're just going to march, bring your knees up to your hands. Okay, so we're going to start stretching. We're setting you a little bit of warm-up today. I'm going to bring the heel back, and this back leg, we're going to bend and straighten 20 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay, we're going to work our way down to a drop stance. You might know a drop stance from Wushu. It's basically here. It's kind of hard to get that low at first, right? So we're just going to bend until you touch your knee and come back up. I'll do that 20 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. You want to keep that just like you would hold a downward block. You don't want to just let it fall. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Okay, so now drop down to a drop stance. Come back up. And go to the other side. Come back up. We'll do that 5 more times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so before we do too much work on our kicks. We want to work on our stances because if you don't have a good foundation, there's not going to be power or anything behind your kicks. So we're going to start off with the first basic horse stance. Push your legs twice length your shoulders. Just for the workout. Put your hands out. Turn your elbows in. Bring the wrist in. Drop the elbow in the wrist. Sit back like you're sitting down on a horse. And go until you feel just a little bit of a stretch. And stay there. Okay, from here, we're going to turn to a hard bow stance. I'm going to turn this way. Turn. Straighten this back leg. Bend this leg until your thigh is parallel to the ground. And hold that position. You can have your hands on your waist or one hand out. If you can't get it quite parallel, aim for a 45. If that's still too hard, bring it up just a little. Let's go back into horse. Now I want to turn and do the bow stance on the other side. I always liked working my palm heels and my eye strikes and everything while I sat in my stance, but it is good to get used to working those stabilizer muscles just by getting used to holding the posture as well. And come up. All right. So, first thing when we kick, of course, is the chamber, which is bringing the knee up. So that's what we're going to start with, are just 10 simple knees on both sides. What I like to do is look in a mirror, or since I do a lot of my classes live, I just use the camera and have a live video in front of me. You're going to bring your knee up and hit iron for the solar plexus in the mirror or in the image of yourself. And that'll help you keep that centered right on your center line with your body behind it. Because as long as you're in your center line, you've got all your body weight behind that strike. As soon as you get off center, your body's not behind it anymore and you lose a lot of power. All right, so let's do 10 knees. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Switch sides. I'm going to go ahead and try to do this one from a back stance. You can play with your stances a little bit, try different ones, see which stances give you more power, which one gives you less power, what gives you more speed, and that'll help you kind of adapt to the situation as it goes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. So, of course, the first thing we learn is the snap. And you notice that's kind of like a leg extension from lifting weights. If you were to sit on the bench, put your ankle around the weight bar, and push out, right? So we're doing that same motion. Some people use ankle weights. Some people use all sorts of things, resistance bands. But we're going to single out just that movement. So I want you to find a wall, or you could use a chair, just something to help you balance so you don't have to worry about balance right now. And bring your knee up. What I want to do is bring that leg out and back in. And that'll be a 1 count. I want to do that 10 times on both sides. Knee up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Notice I'm keeping my toes down and keeping it growing level right now. 8, 9, 10. Other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, let's go back to this first side. So I'm going to try to pull the toes back and hit with the ball of the foot. It's okay even if you hit low. In fact, let's go ahead and do it low. Let's do pulling the toes back and kicking the shin. Like, we don't want to hit with the toes down because we're afraid we might hit our toes. So we pull the toes back to with the ball of the foot on the shin of their foot. They take a step forward or something. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, now I'm going to do the same thing with a side thrust kick. So I'm going to put my hand on the wall, get a little closer to it, lift the knee up, I'm going to go down and lock the heel out, and bring it back. And that's a 1 count. 2, and so on. We'll do that 10 times on each side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Other side, same thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, so let's take a quick second to go over the kicks that I'm going to be looking at and trying to improve this month. The first one is going to be the front kick. Now your front kick, I think what my school called a Japanese thrust or a front thrust kick, and it's simply lifting the knee up high, bringing the toes back as you push through. We were always told to imagine trying to kick a door open or something like that, trying to kick through the door. A lot of those first just step in rather than try to pull it back, since a lot of momentum going forward. And since we haven't done that many classes, that's what I'm going to do right now, is we're just going to step in and not worry about the pullback, but worry about pushing a lot of power through on that kick. 1, 2. You'll notice this back foot should pivot and turn. 3, 4, 5. It helps some people to pull down as they kick. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, so that's the front kick. The other one is a round kick, which of course, just thinking roundhouse here. That could be low, middle, or high. I'm not sure how we're going to define it for this challenge yet. I guess I need to clarify on that. But I'm going to work on mid-level. So I'm going to do 5 on each side, low, like a leg kick. I'm going to come back and I'm going to do 5 more mid-level to get that high kick. That way it gives you a little bit of a warm-up, lets you get the technique down a little bit before you start working on that stretch. 1, 2. This front foot, of course, should be spinning around as you kick. 3, 4, 5. Switch sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, switch back. I want to come mid-level. I want to try to come parallel with the ground. Just so that I'm not too worried about balance and focused only on the kick, I want to go ahead and let myself kick on through. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I like working it that way occasionally for that follow through. Plus, it's a good way to come around into a spinning side thrust or a spinning rear thrust, spinning reverse crescent, spinning back fist, spinning anything really. Okay, 5 on the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. All right, so that's the front thrust and the side thrust now. Or sorry, the front thrust and the roundhouse kick. The next one we'll cover will be the side thrust. And we kind of covered the side thrust already. You're doing it on the wall. So now we're just going to do it in the air with the chamber. So I'm bringing the leg up, spin this bottom foot out. That way you kind of face the gluteus maximus that way. And then push out, locking the heel out and hitting with the knife's edge of the foot. We'll do 5 on each side. 1. I'm not making you work super hard. I'm doing a whole lot because cardio and increasing your stamina is not my goal right now. It's just making this kick look better. And your kick will look better if you're not wore out when you're throwing it. 2, 3, 4, 5. Other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so that's the side thrust kick. Next, we're going to be doing the rear kick. The rear kick, I find a lot of people have trouble with because it's so close to the side kick. What I like to do is make sure that on my rear kick, my toes stay facing down. So I do it from here. When I kick backwards, my toes should be facing the floor. What happens a lot of times is because they're walking or they're spinning, people think they're throwing a rear kick, but they've actually turned too much into a side kick. I have this trouble all the time, so I just wind up throwing a side kick 90% of the time, but the rear kick is supposed to be a more powerful kick. So let's go ahead and get into a broken bow. I'll lift the knee up, thrust it backwards, try to keep your toes down. It's kind of hard to do. Bring them back and set down. Make sure to look where you kick. 1. You want to kick low because you're not going to be able to keep those toes down at first. 2. And 3. Something like that. On the other side. 1. 2. And 3. All right, well, through 3 of those, so let's do it again 3 more times. 1, 2, and 3. Other side. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so I kind of like to throw kicks in conjunction. So let's see some of the ways we can put those kicks together. Well, one of my favorite line drills, which if you don't know what that means, it's just going back and forth down the line. Like I would go from here to the wall. It's jab, cross, round kick, turn, side thrust kick, and land back. It's a really hard combo at first, but if you slow it down and think about your basics, it gets a lot easier. I don't have much room for line drills in here, so we're going to throw it 5 times on each side. I'm going to do my dominant side first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, I'm going to do it on the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. All right, and just like the last class, I like to cover distance a little bit. Just want to do a walking side and a walking rear. So for a walking side, I'm going to get into kind of either a neutral stance or a side horse, or just a horse stance. I'm going to go sideways. I'm going to step behind. I don't worry about the chamber whenever I do a walk because I like to use a speed thrust instead of a side thrust. But because I'm working on making these kicks look better, I'm going to chamber. I'll take it out whenever the technique looks great, and I feel like I can get from here to here a whole lot better. And then I'll start worrying about that chamber less to get my speed back once again. But right now, my goal is form, not speed or power. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. All right, so next one, do a walking rear. So step behind, bring the knee up in front of me instead of beside me this time, and kick back and step out of it. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay. So another one of the kicks that I'm going to be working on throughout this month is the reverse crescent. This one may be a little confusing and a little difficult on my part because I know multiple versions of the outside crescent kick. When I learned in Chuan Fa, what was Chinese Kempo at the time, it was a simple outsider circle and hit your hand. Not that hard. You keep your legs straight. It didn't matter. So we'll start with that one. Fairly low. And you just make a big circle and hit your hand. Keep it about mid-level. Don't worry about height right now. Think of someone trying to come in and stab you. As they do, you're knocking their hand out of the way, coming in with a follow-up attack, however you can get in there. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Other side. 1, 2. Sorry, pants are being constricted. 3, 4, and 5. Okay, so that's the first version of the crescent kick I know. You could technically do that one at any height, but mid-height's a good way to start. So you may be thinking, well, I was talking about coming with that with a knife. They can stab you way faster. They didn't even spin that leg in that wide circle. So to speed it up a little, when I come up not so wide out, shorten the circle and bend the leg back. So you get this quicker, nuanced kick. Seems kind of abbreviated, but the point of this one is speed, not power. You see it coming in, you need to deflect, and you want to use the bottom of your shoe rather than your hand because there's a blade there. That'll give you at least some padding. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I'm going to call that an advanced reverse crescent kick. But there's a more advanced version in my opinion, and that is from Northern Wushu. And this one, this leg doesn't bend again. This one is more for show rather than combat. So it's another thing that focuses on form. They like to keep their hands out for it. Just kind of keeps the back straight, keeps the shoulders back. And you take a step forward, and your toes are going to face your forehead the whole time as your leg comes up and falls out to the side. You want to keep the legs straight, toes facing the forehead, out to the side. Try to hold this straight up. Can't go very high without the momentum right now. Over and down. Okay. So, do 5 on each side. 1. And you can't hit your hand on that 2. 2. 3. This is also a good stretch. 4. And 5. Other side. 1. 2. 3. 4. And 5. So those are my 3 versions of an outside crescent kick. Okay, next up, we're going to have a hook kick. It's probably my weakest kick out of all of them. Think of this like a leg curl. If you lift weights or anything, you're laying on your bench and you just curl your leg backwards, right? I'm looking for this angle. Just curling it. So we're going to start doing that 10 times on each side. Face this way, I guess. I'm going to start on this side. 1, curl. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. So of course, our hook kick's not down here though. Even if we did that in front of us, that wouldn't be a hook kick. We call that a scoop kick, or at least I call that a scoop kick. So what we're going to do is go to our lockout from the side thrust. Again, use the wall. And we're just going to bend that leg. Just like we were extending it before, except for our focus is bringing the heel back. Just the reverse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, now we're going to do the other side. Out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay. So when looking at the hook kick, I like to think of it like a step. Start to throw a reverse crust or a reverse crescent, but almost lock that heel out like you would for a side thrust. And as you're coming across, do that leg curl to hook that leg. So it'll give you that step, hook. We'll do it at mid-level. Of course, it looks a lot cooler higher, but I didn't do a whole lot of stretching at the beginning. Do more stretching if you want to kick higher. The more flexible you are, the higher those kicks you're going to get, of course. Okay. Let's go and do 7 on each side just for a different number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Other side. Oops, sorry, I said it was 7. 3 too many. Okay. Do 10 on the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay. So that's the front thrust, the side thrust, the rear thrust, the roundhouse, and the hook kick. Those are going to be the main 5 that we focus on. Front, round, side, rear, reverse crescent, hook. So, besides having your foundation, having some cardio, having some, is of course flexibility. That flexibility is going to be the biggest thing. The better your range of motion, the easier it's going to be on you to do. So we're going to end with some cool down stretches. Let's go ahead and have a seat. Okay, so we're just going to touch 1, 2, and then the other. I'm going to do that 20 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Okay, just bring those feet together, grab them and pull in. Now we're just going to do butterflies. Bring your knees up and down. That's about 20 times. Okay. Again, legs out. You want to take your hand up. You want to lay over your leg. Bring this arm inside your body. If you can, touch your toe. Try to lay sideways on your leg. And the other side. You don't want to bend your leg too much just to touch it. If you find yourself doing that, come up a little bit. All right. Let's come up, hands out, and reach out in front of you. Let's count to 20 there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Now curl your fingers in, put your palms where your fingers were, and let your fingers go out. I'm going to count to 20 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. And again, curl your heel to the end of those fingers and push those fingers out. One last set of 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. All right. Relax for a second. Take a deep breath. One more. If you can, put the weight up and go a little further out. Now that we're here, we're going to look over to our left. And over to our right. Okay, I want you to take this foot and try to turn it down. And relax. Now do the same thing with this foot. You see how it's faced up? We want to try to bring it down. It's okay if you need to turn away a little bit to do it. Okay, now try to bring them both down. And let them relax back up. And once more, let's try to increase that stretch just a little bit. Rolling over to our left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Up, other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Straight out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And bring those in. All right. Stretch our back out a little bit, just to relax in the class. We're going to do a Qigong exercise called lifting the sky. If you're lifting the sky, you're going to breathe in. You come up to about your solar plexus. Hold your breath as you turn out. Breathe out as you push up. Take another breath. And breathe out as you let your arms down. Do that 5 times. I'm going to push up till it stretches your spine some. I'll step back a little. And then in, hold, out, hold out, in, hold, out. Relax. 2 more. One more. All right, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed this class. Comment, let me know what you think. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you again next week. Or actually, because of the challenge, I'll be on YouTube daily, so you'll probably see me pretty often. Let's go ahead and close out.